Today, MMG gets his shot at the NFL, and I'll be playing his entire career and not stopping until the day he retires. He starts in the league as an undrafted free agent with the Detroit Lions as a 16-9 overall, but will have plenty of opportunities to improve that overall throughout his career, but more on that later. From here, we're simming to the end of his first NFL season, and will continue to sim season by season, making sure to track MMG's career every step of the way, and with his Lions contract actually only being a one-year deal, it'll be super interesting to see if he plays well enough to earn a second contract in Detroit, or if he'll have to prove his NFL worth somewhere else. What a dub start to MMG's NFL career. Mickey Mouse the playoff spot with an 8-9 record. We're obviously going to track all of MMG's teams, and their offense wasn't too good this season, neither was their defense. I mean, I guess you can't complain about Jared Goff and Jamal Williams' production, and as long as MMG stays in Detroit, they should have a pretty solid offense though. But time to see how our man did his rookie season, and MMG didn't do too horrible. I mean, he did miss 4 field goals and only had a long of 47 yards, but at least he only missed 1 extra point all season. And hey, that extra point that he missed was blocked, so he didn't actually miss one, so that's a solid start. But unfortunately, we need our man to get in the gym because he didn't even make 1 50-plus yard field goal this season. He missed all 3. Fully confident though that our man's gonna improve throughout his career. Unfortunately though, he's still a 69 overall. Now, what are the odds he actually got some votes for the best kicker award? He didn't come top 7. He didn't even come into top 10. And hopefully some season soon our man will finish top 10, because that's just one of the 10 career challenges that MMG has to complete before he retires. Along with becoming an 80 overall, he has to kick the league's longest field goal. He also has to make 100% of field goals in a single season. He has to make 100% of his extra points on 3 separate occasions. He has to make at least 15 50-plus yard field goals in his career, which could be a massive problem because he didn't even make 1 this year. He has to successfully make a 55-yard field goal. He has to become a 90 overall, make at least 1 Pro Bowl, and at least win 1 Super Bowl. And if he fails even just one of these 10 challenges, I have to give away a custom MMG Lions jersey to a random subscriber in the comments. This is gonna be a tough one, so wish me luck. I would absolutely love to complete a challenge in MMG's rookie season, but the only challenge we have left that we could potentially complete would be winning the Super Bowl, so wish me freaking luck. Imagine a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl berth in his rookie year. Should have known it was too good to be true. Of course, we got first rounded. Haha, take that, Mahomes. Yo, as our man turned 25, he finally got his first overall boost. But how in the world am I supposed to get that up to a 90 overall? Now we have to see if he even resigns in Detroit. Let's go, dude. They actually gave him another Mickey Mouse 1-year contract, but he got another $1 million in the bank. I honestly thought they were gonna let him walk in free agency. MMG has at least 1 more year in Detroit to make his Lions proud. Now we need the front office to have an incredible rest of the offseason so we can keep building on last year's playoff berth and maybe actually make a run at the Super Bowl. Please tell me they sling the money around here in Detroit. Okay, that's not a shabby free agency class. Oh my god, dude, and it doesn't stop. Maybe if their draft class is as good as their free agency class, they really could be up to something here in Detroit. And to be honest, not gonna lie, this draft class was quite the stinker. But as long as MMG's back there kicking the pigskin, we always have ourselves a shot. Come on now, playoff berth or bust. Can we at least complete one of the 10 challenges so I can have some hope? Now, to be completely honest, there's got to be some sort of skill in this. Team offense didn't improve much though this season. At least a small improvement from the defense. I mean, a little better production from our quarterback. Running game definitely took a step back. But please tell me that MMG improved from last season, and this time he definitely had a big improvement. He only missed 2 field goals this time around, but boys, look at that. Our man finally hit a 55-yarder. Yes, our first challenge completed. And each time MMG completes a challenge today, we get to spin this wheel of upgrades to see if MMG's overall can get a boost, and we'll take a nice little 3 overall upgrade, which will come after the man gets a natural upgrade up to a 71. Officially now a 74 overall. Let me tell you boys, this is just the beginning. He only missed 2 field goals all season and only missed 1 extra point. Looks like Matthew just needs to improve on the short stuff, because both of his missed field goals came from under 40 yards. Every single field goal over 40 yards he absolutely banked, which gives him 4 50-plus yard field goals in his career. And apparently 55 yards isn't good enough for the league best, because every single kicker aside from MMG made a 57-yarder. MMG will end up kicking a 58-yarder though, mark my words. Mr. Joseph here won league MVP, but what are the odds MMG actually came top 10 in best kicker voting and our man came in second place. There's no shot, dude. Maybe this is actually setting up for a legendary career. Luckily, that means our second completed challenge of the season, which gives us our second wheel spin of the season, and it looks like, please, dude, stay. Oh, no, dude. I'll take it, but imagine we actually got a +10 to his overall. That brings his awareness all the way from 65 all the way to 75, which already brings him up to a 79 overall. He hasn't even completed 2 full seasons yet, and he's already up 10 overall from where he started. So close to cracking 80, and like, imagine what this guy's overall is gonna be like 10 seasons in. Plenty of unfinished business though. Time to go on a Cinderella Super Bowl run and be the first ever sub 500 team to bring home the Lombardi Trophy. Come on, MMG. Gosh dang it, man. At least this time we didn't get first rounded. Now, if they can bring MMG back for a 3rd season, maybe they can make it to the NFC Championship next year. We let the Raiders win a Super Bowl before us. Now, time for the most stressful part of all. Is MMG even gonna be a Lion next year, or is he for the first time gonna be a member of another NFL franchise? The click of a single button here should reveal MMG's destiny, and our man is no longer a Detroit Lion. I'm not gonna lie, man, that's kind of depressing. Where the heck did our man go? At the end of free agency, he hasn't even signed a contract. So that means we'll probably have to wait until the next preseason to see what team signs him. This is also anticlimactic, man. Yep, there's our man, start of next preseason, still in free agency. He's actually a top 5 highest rated free agent in the entire class. Whoever signs him here is gonna get an absolute stud. So let's just make sure he's no longer a free agent, and it does look like somebody did the smart thing and picked our boy up. But the question is, what team? Let me tell you, scrolling through these rosters looking for Matthew is the most amount of anticipation my life has felt in a very long time. Come on, bro, where on earth is Matthew? Did our man just retire? I can't find him anywhere. There he is. MMG being stationed in New York. Like, this could either be a perfect or absolute disaster of a fit. And since it was an in-season signing, it's only a 1-year contract, but at least he did get $2.37 million in the bank. I think his income still dropped since his YouTube days, but I think Matthew will still take $2 million to play in the NFL. But I guess this just opens the door for him to become a Lion again next offseason. His new New York Giants has a pretty stacked offense led by Tua, and I'm not gonna lie, this defense is absolutely insane, but their special teams unit might even be better. Come on, Matthew, let's make the playoffs for your 3rd consecutive season. Hopefully 3rd time will be a charm and we can actually go on a real Super Bowl run this year. Gosh dang it, man. I knew he should have stayed with the Lions. Better offense than we ever had with the Lions. A much better defense too. Why didn't we make the playoffs, dumb game? Good production from our quarterback. Running game, I mean, Saquon had a great year. 3 1,000-yard receivers. Like, what else could we do? Hopefully they didn't suck this season because of Matthew. He did miss his most ever field goals in a season with 5, but he did at least have his career long with a 56-yarder. And thank God something positive happened here. He didn't miss an extra point all season long. And oddly enough, it looks like the opposite of last season. We made every single field goal under 40 yards, but almost missed every single one over 50 yards. And just like his rookie season, he didn't get a single vote to win best kicker of the year. Maybe, just maybe, he actually improved to an 80 overall this year. No, bro, his morale actually brought him down. Maybe he will actually be a one and done here in New York. And again, he can't quite edge out the rest of the kickers in the league with their 57-yard field goals. One more yard, Matthew, and you can at least tie with these heathens. Is anybody else tired of Kansas City already? Well, right back to the point where we're gonna see whether or not he'll be a Giant again next year. Well, unfortunately for another offseason, our boy MMG is not one of the 10 kickers who have a job. And the only reason 10 kickers have a job is because the Pittsburgh Steelers employ 3 of them. Again, a free agent at the start of next preseason, along with another kicker named Harrison Butker. Who's gonna be the smart team to sign our boy Matthew this season? Here we go again looking for Matthew, man. The exhilaration is real. No shot, our boy Matthew's a Jag? Of all teams, MMG became a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another 1-year Mickey Mouse contract that's worth the same amount as the Giants contract. And if you look at it this way, at least he's joining a team that's higher overall than the Giants. I mean, he's gonna be kicking a ton of extra points this season. Like, look at the weapons Trevor Lawrence has to throw to, my God. And they really don't have that bad of a defense either. Like, honestly, it might be better than the Giants last year. But of course, the most talented unit on this team is gonna remain special teams. Come on, MMG, let's lead the Jags to their first ever Super Bowl. No shot MMG gets hit with another 8-9 year. So tired of this 8-9 curse, dude. Didn't have that great of an offense. The defense was okay. I mean, seriously though, at the end of the day, how's a team this talented not make the playoffs. Don't tell me it was Matthews' fault again. No way he was the problem. This was the best season he's had his entire career. He only missed one field goal all season long and again broke his career high and hit a 57-yarder. And again, our man MMG hits 100% of his extra points. And he was perfect from anywhere under 50 yards. He missed one 50-yarder but add 2 more to the tally. Like, this was an incredible season. He very easily could have won Best Kicker of the Year. And that's what I'm talking about, dudes. Matthews' incredible season finally brought him up to an 80 overall. Let's hopefully get that overall even higher than 80, and we'll bring it up to an 83. Can you believe this man's 3 years away from turning 30, and he's already up to an 83 overall? Now, I'm curious, with the stats he had this season, did he actually get his first ever Pro Bowl berth? No, he didn't, man. I'm telling you, the hardest thing ever is actually making the Pro Bowl. Now, I do think it's also extremely possible that our man tied for the league in longest field goal, and yes, he did, my dude. That's another challenge completed. Although I am very interested to see, is it possible to kick a 58-yarder? And hopefully MMG's overall get an even bigger upgrade here, as his will hopefully will land on something absolutely massive, and I guess we'll take a little bit of a speed boost. That does bring Matthew up to a blazing 80 speed, and unfortunately doesn't boost his overall anymore. But who could have possibly guessed that already MMG's considered a top 5 kicker in the entire NFL? I just want him to sign for a team this offseason that can actually make a Super Bowl push. Like, why couldn't have MMG joined Jordan Love and the Carolina Panthers? But if the Jags actually knew what they were doing, they would give him another contract here. And of course the Jags are gonna jag. They don't even have a kicker or punter at the end of the offseason. This would have been such a good team to be on moving forward to. Looks like for the first time he did get an offseason contract offer, but for what team? MMG is a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. There's no shot, dude. There's no way this man's now teammates with Patrick. And talk about rolling in the money. Finally, a big fat contract. He's gonna be a teammate of Patrick Mahomes for at least the next 3 seasons. I'm telling you, boys, this is just the start. Hopefully a Super Bowl is in the horizon. And let me tell you something, boys. MMG was not the only player that the Chiefs signed this offseason. I am just beyond excited that this is the team that MMG is gonna be a part of for at least a little while. But again, I think the special teams unit will be the best on the Chiefs. And the team can even be made better here through the draft. I will say, outside of the first round pick, I do have plenty of questions. It's okay though, I trust Big Andy. Come on now, man. If any team is gonna break the MMG 8-9 curse, it's gonna be the Kansas City Chiefs. I'd like to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with over 100 offices and more than 800 lawyers nationwide. And with over $15 billion recovered for their clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. It's more like ordering takeout than going through the process of hiring a lawyer. And in 8 clicks or less, you can submit a claim to Morgan & Morgan without even having to leave your couch. If you're ever injured in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Again, it's so easy that you can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less without even having to leave your couch. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/RBT or dial #law from your cell phone. Let me tell you, a 14-3 season with a first round bye feels so much better than 8-9. I had to kick a lot of extra points this season with the best offense in the league, and they by far had the best defense in the league too. Like, that's not even fair. If MMG does not win a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, man, I'm telling you, something had to have gone terribly wrong. Like, look at this rookie receiver they have now. But the big question, how did MMG do as a Kansas City Chief? Like, that's not too shabby, but he's definitely had better seasons. And I was right, he had to kick a lot of extra points this season, which means he actually missed one. At least he did add 3 more field goals from 50+ yards. Unfortunately though, this entire season, he didn't naturally progress up past an 83. But it's now time for the most important playoff run of MMG's career. If he's ever gonna make the Super Bowl in his career, it's gonna be here with the Chiefs. Come on, man, Madden gods, don't let me down. Yes, 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 I love being a part of the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me tell you, being a Chief's a cheat code. I told you the Giants were set up for success. Like, look at their overalls, they're both 90. Like, that's insane. So let me tell you something, boys, we're in for an absolute doozy. I have so much faith in Patrick Mahomes that it's insane. There's no shot Patrick lets me down. 7-0 lead. Defense, let's play like we have all season long. We go on top 14-7, 21-7. Keep piling it on. Keep piling it on. Keep him out the end zone here. It's going to be close. Is it no? 28-10? Come on, defense. Please, dude. Keep him out the end zone. We still have a lead. Oh gosh, bro, it's gonna come down the wire. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's go! MMG officially is a Super Bowl champion. And as awesome as it is here to get Super Bowl win number 1 out of the way, MMG still has so much left that he has to accomplish if he wants to complete his career challenge. He didn't get to actually make a field goal, but at least he was a perfect 5 for 5 on extra points. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. And yes, his overall might not have improved the entire regular season, but thank God we have this wheel that can hopefully artificially do it for us, and it looks like we're gonna get another +5 to our awareness, which does give him a nice little cheeky upgrade up to an 86 overall. Now, the 3rd highest ranked kicker in the entire league, and the ultimate goal is for MMG to become the best kicker in the entire league. If our front office can continue to add to this team in free agency, I'm telling you, our team's gonna be unbeatable. I mean, I guess it's better than absolutely nothing. Hopefully they'll make up for it with our draft class, though. Again, not gonna lie, this is pretty bad. I mean, I guess you are allowed a lackluster offseason every now and then if this is what your team looks like. Like this defense still, man, it's one of the most insane things I've ever seen assembled. Anything less than a first-round buy-in this season's a big disappointment. Okay, so a little dose of reality here, but I still think this team could go on a Super Bowl run. I mean, we still had a top 10 offense, can't be mad at that. I mean, that's just ridiculous, bro. As long as MMG's quarterback is this guy, they'll be fine. Most importantly, though, how'd our main man do this season? No, he missed 3 field goals, he missed 2 extra points. But I will say, having to kick 70+ extra points in the season's mental. Looks like Matthew made another 3 field goals from 50+ yards, which has his career total now creeping up towards 15. Unfortunately, no natural progression in his overall this season. But 70+ extra points had carried him to a Pro Bowl berth? No, it didn't, man. I don't think he'll ever make a Pro Bowl. It's freaking impossible. He's back to not even getting 1 top 10 best kicker vote. This is blasphemy. That's perfectly fine, though. Let them have their individual accolades. Let's shut everybody up by going back-to-back, winning back-to-back Lombardi trophies. I actually can't believe it, dude. I called it. I'm telling you, man, the NFL was just the Chiefs and MMG's playground. We're just gonna full send it, bro. Let's get MMG his 2nd Super Bowl ring in only 2 seasons. And my friends, was it ever in doubt? A massive 44-17 win over the Buccaneers to get MMG his 2nd ring of his career, which we all know the extra Super Bowl win grants MMG completion of any of his remaining challenges. And I think we're gonna cross the Pro Bowl challenge off the list because the Pro Bowl award is freaking tainted, which, as mentioned, his overall didn't get a boost all season long, but the magical wheel's back to give MMG a much-deserved upgrade, hopefully. There's no shot, bro. This late in his career, our man's becoming a Superstar X Factor. All the way from normal to Superstar X Factor in just 1 off season, but I think it's much deserved. But keep in mind, boys, his next season is the last year of his Kansas City Chiefs contract, but if they're smart and know what's best for their franchise, they'll give him another multi-year deal, which I hope they do if that means you'll have a chance to win a Super Bowl every year. But hopefully our front office can have a much better offseason than last year and really give us a shot at a 3-peat. You know what? I 100% respect this philosophy. Quality, not quantity. If we could just have a good draft class for once, the rest of the league wouldn't even have a shot. Now, to be fair, that's actually 2 pretty massive draft picks in the first 2 rounds. I'm just going straight to the end of the season, man, and what can be Matthew's final season as a Chief? Can he please be a part of a 3-peat? And please get back to completing some challenges so I don't have to waste my money on a custom MMG jersey. After all of those 8-9 seasons I had to endure, you'll never see me complaining about a 13-4 year. Right back to having a top 2 offense in the league. To be fair, that's actually not incredible for Patrick Mahomes standards. Most importantly, how'd our boy do? Another super quality season and another year where MMG doesn't miss a single extra point. Officially completes ourselves another challenge. And before I even spin the wheel, we did get another boost up to an 88 overall, which is huge. And let's see how much more we can improve the overall with the wheel spin, and it looks like we're gonna get a solid +5, which does bring him up to a 93 overall, which in turn, hilarious enough, completes another challenge for Matthew, which gives him another opportunity to upgrade his overall, and it looks like he's gonna get in the gym with a +10 to his strength, which does bring that up all the way to a whopping 55, which doesn't help the overall anymore, but you can't be mad at your kicker getting stronger. Weird season though, how'd you not make 150+ yarder? I just can't believe he's only 30 and this man's gone from a 69 overall with normal development to a 93 overall with Superstar X Factor, which now officially makes MMG the best kicker in the entire NFL. But now time to take care of some unfinished business. We're still on pace for a three-peat. There is no shot, dude. There's no way we actually have a chance to win 3 straight Super Bowls. This is actually the most insane thing I've ever seen. It doesn't matter who stands in our way. We just find a way to win every single playoff game. There's just no way, absolutely no way we finish things off and win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. I actually can't believe it, dude. The dynasty has finally been achieved. I just actually can't believe this team just won 4 out of 5 Super Bowls, including 3 straight. And I believe everybody would be happy to know that MMG is going to remain a Chief for another 2 seasons, which means we could end up with 5 straight Super Bowl wins. And speaking of Mickey Mousers, with the extra Super Bowl win, we'll let that complete the 50-plus yard field goal challenge. Let's just keep adding to this team front office. I want to win a 4th straight. Not gonna lie, this was a little disappointing. We always have the draft class to make up for it, though. Funny thing about this draft class is that this receiver paired with Patrick Mahomes is probably gonna end up a Hall of Famer. Come on, Matthew, this is your team, not Patrick's. Don't let me down. Kansas City is a cheat code. Just again, the best offense in the entire league. That's not fair either, man. That's just ridiculous. As good as MMG is, he just still, for whatever reason, just can't find a way to make all his field goals in a season. Imagine that ends up being the only challenge that we end up failing. What are the actual odds that we win a 4th consecutive Super Bowl? This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Like, this is ridiculous. We again just beat every single team that stands in our way. There's no shot, right? There's no shot that I click this button and we win ourselves a 4th consecutive Super Bowl. That would make 5 Super Bowls in 6 years. And boys, there's absolutely no way we actually did it. And do you guys remember when I said I'd take quality over quantity? And yes, another extra Super Bowl win does complete ourselves another challenge. Come on, Magical Wheel. What are the odds we can actually get MMG up to a 99 overall with the +5 awareness? It might be close, which officially gives our man MMG an overall of 95. For a 2nd consecutive offseason, our front office didn't sign a single free agent, but at least in the draft they got some huge pieces, and the team definitely started to feel the effects from the lack of free agency moves, which finally kept them from their first Super Bowl in 5 seasons. But at least MMG had a 69% field goal percentage, which was enough for the Chiefs to fork over another $5 million. Pause. Can we please pause? I have never seen a 17-0 season happen ever. 100% legit, MMG just played part in a 17-0 season. A big shout out to MMG though, who had his best season ever, but was still robbed of silverware. But who cares about the silverware when you can win your 6th Super Bowl in the last 8 years? MMG improved to a 96 overall and got another $5 million a year 2-year contract. And finally the next season, somebody took down the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which hilarious enough might have sparked the NFL's next dynasty. MMG then controversially left the Kansas City Chiefs to join the Cardinals for 3 mediocre seasons before actually making another Super Bowl but lost to the Titans. He was an 89 overall at 39, an 86 at age 40, 84 overall at age 41, 82 at the age of 42, and then a 78 still at the age of 43, which is finally when he lost his Superstar X Factor. He made himself a total of 3 Pro Bowls and finally won that stupid tainted award. But after 20 glorious years of NFL service, MMG finally called it quits, but not before having one of the best kicker careers in NFL history. Now, if you enjoyed that one, you can click right here to watch me play the entire career of Destroying, or you can click right here to watch Bordeaux play the entire career of MMG, but in college.